Shasu, Shasu, Shasu. I am Kanaya of the Shasu Experience, and welcome to episode 27 of Numerality, where sound meets symbols and consciousness finds clarity. I will provide the numerality for the day, which will include the elemental energies, tarot, astrology, personal insights, and numerology. Today is Saturday, February 8th, 2025. What is driving us today is the fire element of the 28 1, making it a 1 day. Today is ruled by the planet Saturn. Saturn wants to limit, to restrict for justifiable reasons, to control, to govern for the purpose of benefit, and to discipline to impress upon the mind or memory. Saturn has a relationship to ambition, self-preservation, conversion, endurance, integrity, caution, and the elderly. With the energy of Saturn, the things you could do to capitalize off of this energy would be anything that requires your concentration or focus, crafting, or some sort of structured activity, any task you deem challenging, breaking old habits, taking care of any responsibilities or tasks left over from the days prior. Now, today is the 8th calendar day of the year. The physical calendar date can assist us in setting intentions for the day, along with the numerality. The number 8 is ruled by the planet Saturn and the sign of Capricorn. The 8 has to do with achievement, career, major moves, power and recognition, authority, self-confidence, inner strength, having executive ability, being a CEO, success, and having good judgment. This energy is connected to the sign of Capricorn, which acts in a manner of prudently with a desire to avoid error and reservedly with a manner to expose the opinions or affairs of others. Now, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the 8 is connected to the Strength card. In the Rider-Waite Tarot, the 8 is connected to the Strength card, connecting to the energy of responsibility, money, business, and karma. Now, this energy is connected to that of Leo, and Leo acts in a manner that is impressively with an excitation of admiration and creatively with the power to produce. Now, let's add everything together. The 8th calendar day plus the numerality today, the way we could capitalize on the energy would be focusing on monetary resources. It would be dedicated to some sort of business venture. It would be taking care of responsibilities. It would be doing anything that requires your focus. Meditation or yoga would be helpful for this day, and also reflecting or honoring your feelings, and it's a time for self-discovery. Now, on to the elements. Yesterday's fire element, what was driving us, was the 27-9. And we had that on a 9-day during a 9-year, which was yesterday. Now, the Ace of Wands has to do with birth, marriage, the start of a new business, new beginnings, expanding your creative potential, and also believing in yourself. The fire element is that of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The 9 has to do with completion, dreams, fulfilled endings, inspiration, long trips, being a teacher, wisdom, broad-mindedness, competitiveness, independent, self-determining, charitable, being a humanitarian, and also brotherly love. Now, the 27-9 being the fire element yesterday, it let me know that we brought in some passionate new idea in the 27-9. Now the 27, the 2 brings balance, decision making that moves in rest, contemplation, introspective, and intuition with the 7. And what comes out of that is the 9, which brings endings and completion of something before it has to begin again. The 9 also brings wisdom of a cycle and confidence from that cycle now that it is closing and a new beginning is being born. Now, today's current fire element, what is driving us, is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands has to do with contradictions, completion, surprise, unusual events, making intuitive decisions, being original, creating something new, being strong-minded, confident, knowing what you want. This energy is connected to the first decan of Aries, which has a Mars signature. Mars wants to initiate, it wants to enter into an expression of physical activity. It wants to activate, to engage in liveliness, and it wants to move to change positions from one place to another. Mars has a relationship to courage, war, passion, desire, and also heat. One has to do with independence, new opportunities, planting seeds, new beginnings, independence, being a leader, being courageous and ambitious. In the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, the number one is connected to the Magician card. That has to do with new beginnings, decisions, independence, believing in yourself, using your talents, reinventing yourself, realizing your potential, being able to sell yourself and your ideas. You're using old skills in a new field and also pioneering your destiny. This energy is connected to Mars. Mars wants to initiate, Mars wants to activate, and Mars wants to move. It is also connected to the planet Mercury. Mercury wants to communicate, it wants to concentrate, and it also wants to transmit information. Now, with the 28-1 being the fire element, what's driving us today, it lets me know that after some new passionate idea we fully believe in, with the 28-1 being the fire element, what's driving us, it tells me that after some new passionate idea that we fully believe in, some sort of way of being or some sort of way of thinking showed itself to us yesterday. Now, today, the 28-1 lets me know that we are in a space where we are learning or at least setting ourselves up to break this new ground. Leaning on our strengths that we built upon and learned about yesterday, the 28-1 moves us into making very intuitive decisions when it comes to how we move forward in this new way. The 2 brings a calm, intuitive, and stable mind combined with the good judgment of how a system works with the 8, and that leads us to the 1, which is new opportunities to make decisions, thus forward from a confident place. Now, yesterday's air element, the impression we are giving in the conscious realm of others' experience, had to do with the 52-7, and that was the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has had to do with change, separation, meditation, intelligence, clear, being witty, smart, organized, professional, career oriented, and also a perfectionist. This energy was connected to the second decan of Libra, which is Venus. Venus wants to relate, unite, connect, and also Uranus. Uranus wants to deviate from what we already have. It wants to create or originate, and it also wants to convert without destroying. Now, yesterday, others may have seen us as creating boundaries, getting our way with something, being in control of our emotions. We may have seemed like a stickler for the rules, a perfectionist in ways. We may have come off as being too logical or too much in our heads. We may have seemed scattered or reserved to others as well. A good energy to balance the 7 is the 2, where the 7 has more of a dreamy compilation. The 2 that includes the 2, and the 2 itself had the ability to ground the ideas that we brought in from the 1. Ultimately, we were able to balance our intuition and imagination with the practical and mundane activities yesterday. So now today's air element, the impression we are giving in the conscious realm of others' experience, has to do with the Knight of Swords. It is the 50, and this energy of the Knight of Swords is connected to sudden events, courage, discrimination, hasty decisions or multitasking, communicating and or problem solving skills, seeking the truth, advancing quickly, mental stimulation, taking practical action towards sudden events. This energy is connected to that of autumn, which is the signs of Libra, Scorpio, and also Sagittarius. The number 8 is ruled by the planet Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. The number 8 has to do with achievement, career, major moves, power, recognition, authority, self-confidence, inner strength, executive ability, being a CEO, having success, and also having good judgment. Now, the air element, the impression we are giving in the conscious realm of others' experience, being the 53-8, let me know that the Knight of Swords lets me know that others see us in the energy of making decisions quickly, being decisive, being courageous, and trusting oneself in this new appointed universe initiate energy. Others may see us as mentally sharp and practical. On the flip side, we could also seem unsure, insecure, unwilling to integrate what was learned on a mental level, stubborn, and also hasty. What we do find from this perception is to evaluate today's response to sudden events, engage if and how we use the upgraded mental processes we learned from yesterday. Now, yesterday's earth element, what was supporting us was the 3811, and that was the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups had to do with love, marriage, dreams, visions, rewards, making everyone feel at ease, nurturing, compassionate, self-improvement, a magnet for romance, adding too much pressure onto oneself, and also being intuitive. This energy was connected to the second decan of Cancer, which is the signature of Mars. Mars wants to initiate, to enter into an expression of physical activity, to activate, to engage in liveliness, and to move, to change positions from one place to another. Now, we talked about 11 being a master number yesterday. The energy of the 11 2 being the earth element, what was grounding us yesterday, let me know that we were in a more receptive and nurturing energies. Yes, we were starting something new that required a sense of nourishment. The two was about allowing our ideas to expand, and the two wants to cooperate with a sense of intuition and awareness of the inner world. The queen is at a higher elevation. She thinks about others and herself as she molds and cares for this new idea, much like a newborn. Now, today's earth element is supporting us today is the 39-3, and that has to do with the Knight of Cups. This is the energy of love, propositions, vacations, creativity, optimism, being an artist, entertainment, business trips, and having a successful plan. This energy is connected to the season of summer, which is Cancer, Leo, and also Virgo. Now, this energy lets me know that now that we've made a decision, set an intention, and allowed the messages to come to us, now we must act as if. A proposition with the universe to help make our dreams come true. The 39-3 acts as a catalyst to your new reality. Nothing will be perfect, so don't get caught up in the detail. Do it respectfully with love and enjoy. The 3 has to do with our environment, our surroundings. The 9 has to do with wisdom about that environment or our surroundings. And the 3 at the end of that 39-3 acts as the imaginative factor when envisioning this new era you are embarking on. Now, the water element for today and this month is the lesson that we are learning, and that has to do with the 11-2, and that is connected to the Justice card. That has to do with tests, legal dealings, quick decisions, decisive actions, balance, fairness, doing what's right, being impartial, seeing all sides of the situation, and making decisions based on facts rather than emotion. This energy is connected to Uranus, which wants to deviate from what is usual, from what is ordinary. It wants to create and originate something that is different, and it also wants to convert without destroying. The energy of the Justice card is also connected to the sign of Libra, which wants to work unitedly with the goal of combining and harmoniously with the desire to manifest agreement. Now, the numbers that are compatible with the number 1 are the number 1 itself, which has to do with independence, new opportunities, planting seeds, and new beginnings. The number 1 is also compatible with the number 4, which has to do with foundation, organization, structure, and work. And the number 1 is also compatible with the number 8, which has to do with personal achievement, recognition, power, and success. The signs that are connected to this energy would be Aquarius, Aries, and also Leo. Now, on to the astrology for the day. Now, the sun is in Aquarius at 20 degrees around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac. It is a fixed air sign. The rulers are Uranus and Saturn. Aquarius qualities work in a manner that is indifferent with an apparent or impartiality or lack of concern, and unconventionally with a strong feeling for the unusual. Now, the 20 degrees is the third decan of the Aquarian energy, and that energy signature is that of Venus. And Venus wants to relate, it wants to unite, and it also wants to connect. Now, the moon was in Gemini last night at 28 degrees until around 2:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where the moon went void of course. Void of course is a period of time where the moon moves into a new sign, in which there tends to be an amplification of emotion due to the instability of the moon being void of course. Now, during the void of course moon, the moon made a square to Neptune at that exact time at 2:51 a.m. Now, the 28th degree of Gemini is the third decan, and that gave us the Gemini moon before the void of course, a signature of Uranus. Uranus wants to deviate from what is ordinary, create and originate something new, and it also wants to convert from within without destroying. Now, the moon entered the sign of Cancer at 6:04 a.m. Cancer is a cardinal water sign that acts in a manner of feeling with moodiness, common sense, patriotism, and tradition. We are currently in a waxing moon cycle, and this happens 10 to 13 days after the new moon, which was January 27th in the sign of Aquarius. The waxing gibbous moon in Cancer is asking us to be patient and trust what we are building and to nurture our emotions and deepen our connections. This moon cycle is about being open to growth while honoring our feelings, and this is a good time for reflection and or self-discovery. Now, here are the moon transits for the day. Now, the moon in Gemini will square Neptune and Pisces at 2:51 a.m. The square aspect between the moon in Gemini and Neptune and Pisces creates a tension that calls for exploration of logic versus dreaminess, as well as navigation through feelings of a distraction and disconnection. Now, the moon in Cancer will square Venus in Aries around 11:27 a.m. Now, the moon in Cancer forms a square to Venus in Aries, creating an emotionally charged aspect that can influence your relationships, career, and also your wealth. A square between these two powerful planets can bring tension, but it also provides a chance for growth and also understanding. Now, on to the planetary aspects. Now, the sun in Aquarius will begin to conjunct Mercury in Aquarius. It won't be exact until Sunday the 9th at 7:07 a.m. However, this powerful alignment can lead to extraordinary creativity and originality in thought processes and our communication styles. Now, Venus in Pisces will sextile Pluto in Aquarius, and this aspect is a harmonious aspect that facilitates growth and opportunities. It softens the intensity of Pluto's transformative energy and allows for a more romantic approach. Last but not least, Mars retrograde in Cancer will trine Saturn in Pisces at 8:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This will create a harmonious energy that balances emotional drive with spiritual depth. This alignment will enhance the ability to channel emotions into constructive action. Mars, the warrior planet, is visiting the emotional spa retreat in Cancer, while Saturn, the cosmic taskmaster, is floating in the dreamy waters of Pisces. All right, with that being said, thank us for listening. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. Feel free to email me. I will leave it in the description box. Until the next experience, be well and enjoy. Peace.